Some of you keen Snow Tracks viewers may look at this next sled and wonder, why are they testing the same sled twice in one season?
Well, we felt the 600 E-Tech that we tested at the beginning of the season didn't get a fair evaluation because it was an early prototype.
So, again, we're going to test a Skidoo 600 E-Tech, but to make things more interesting, we're going to test the short track version alongside its long track counterpart.
Earlier this year, Luke put the E-Tech TNT through its paces. Overall, he really liked it, but there were a few things he felt could be improved.
And BRP did not disappoint with this season's full production E-Tech units.
So what can you expect for your hard-earned dollar when you shell out for a shiny brand new MXZ 600 E-Tech, 121, or the Renegade?
And because we're all different, size, shape, and style of riding, which one of these two sleds will best suit your particular needs? As far as power goes, the two different versions of the 600 E-Tech are identical, and after only a few rides on the 2009 calibrated sleds, it became very apparent. BRP made big changes since the limited builds. This is one sweet motor. Down low, it's got lots of grunt and pulls hard, but on top, it just screams right up to the C note and then just a little bit past, making it one of the fastest 600s this season. And yes, it is true, actually replacing the 600 SDI as our favorite Skidoo 600 mil ever.
I always look at the 800 plus category when buying a sled. I just like having that extra kick in the bottom end. But this little 600cc rocket, it pulls just like an 8. But just like last year, it's still got that same great E-Tech gas mileage. I like to ride a sled, not struggle or work all day long. I found the Renegade a bit too much work. Don't get me wrong, it's fun to throw it around, play in the powder, but wow, it's quite an effort for me. The shorter track I found much more nimble and required much less muscle.
Alternately, it's the handling traits of the Renegade that I like best of the two. Also, this sled's off-trail capability really suits my riding style more completely. I do tend to venture off the beaten path more often than most, so that 16-wide 1.25-inch paddle gives me the extra flotation I'm looking for to get places no one else can go.
Last season, the Rev XP was a brand new chassis, and with it came some teething problems. One of the biggest issues was ride quality on the more aggressively packaged sleds, like the TNT and the X. Gone is that racer stiff ride. This package is geared at an aggressive rider, however, it hits the mark on so many other riding styles.
I couldn't agree with Tara more on this one. Last season's XP chassis sleds rode very harsh. For 2009, Skidoo has recalibrated and reconfigured the SC10-4 in both the short and long track versions, making them some of the best riding sleds this season.
If I was buying a sled, there's a number of things I would consider. We've covered power, handling, and suspension. But don't forget about all those little things that seem big if you don't have them. Things like a proper mid to high windshield with side deflectors, rear seat storage, and an easy to read and use gauge package with all the necessary info. And of course, don't forget the hand warmers that actually get hot and have buttons that are easy to reach and understand.
These things often get overlooked in the showroom in lieu of flashier, more exciting features. But when it's cold or the day gets long, it's these things that you'll appreciate the most. And Skidoo's MXZ Adrenaline package has them. And just so you know, they work good.
After spending a lot of time aboard the MXZ, short track and long track, I've come up with a list of positive and negatives. The short track handles quicker, which I like better than the heavy handling Renegade. For my size, I find the 121 is much easier to turn and therefore is less tiring for me to ride all day.
At the end of the day, you need to take a close look at the sled you intend to purchase. I say this over and over, and I really think it's the most important thing to consider when buying a new sled. The question is, what do you want from your new snowmobile?
With so many options and available features, it's really easy to get sucked into buying something that you may not need, whether it be too aggressive or it just fits into a category that's not going to suit your riding style.
So make sure you know what you want to do with your sled and buy one that will do it well. No matter what your style or needs are, Skidoo's MXZ 600 E-Tech Adrenaline may just be the sled you're looking for in one form or another.